Royal Crown is going to town with
Believe It or Not.
The bottlers and neighborhood stores who serve you Royal Crown Cola present Bob Ripley with more of his amazing Believe It or Not, B.A. Rolfe and his orchestra, and lovely Linda Lee. And here is that incomparable, inimitable, immensely interesting imperator of incontestable, indubitable, inscrutable, incredible instances, Believe It or Not, Bob Ripley.
Greetings, everyone, and welcome to the program. And this, believe it or not, has no equal in all my long 20 years of seeking for the unusual and unbelievable, and I think you'll agree with me. And I know you'll all be delighted to meet my three, believe it or not, guests. Three women who are different from any other women in the world. I know you've all read the colorful stories that Bret Hart wrote about the early days of the California gold rush. But of all the characters that he created, none had greater appeal than the little lady who is standing before me now. Ladies and gentlemen, I present Mrs. Josie Bishop of the Mojave Desert, California.
Good evening.
Mrs. Bishop, what is your job?
I'm a miner.
A miner? Well, to look at you, Mrs. Bishop, one would never think of you as a miner. You look more like a beloved grandmother.
I've lived on the desert all my life, Mr. Ripley. I was born in Silver City, New Mexico, and I practically cut my teeth on gold nuggets. So I said, if there's gold in them there hills, I'm going to get some.
And that's how you started prospecting for gold?
Yes. Now I have a mine. I mine gold, silver, and radium.
And you actually work this mine yourself?
Yes, indeed. There isn't a job around the mine that I haven't done.
You said that you had found radium in your mine.
Yes. I'd been working the mine for a number of years. Then finally, I discovered an unusual ore called pitchblende.
And where there's pitchblende, there's radium. I'm sure that our listeners will be interested to know just how you operate a radium mine.
First, Mr. Ripley, when radium is discovered, the government takes over the supervision of the mine, and all radium is sold only through the government.
Well, your radium mine must be very valuable then.
I wouldn't take $10 million for it.
Well, I can understand that, because I know that a little spot of radium no larger than a pinhead is worth $32,000.
Yes, but the mother ore of radium is more valuable than that.
What?
It is called uranium.
Yes, I understand also that the tiny speck of this mysterious element, uranium, can furnish enough power to light the whole city of New York, and that a piece the size of your little fingernail would run all the railroad trains in this country for 1 year. Uranium promises to be the, believe it or not, wonder of our scientific future.
And the country which owns it will be the most powerful country in the world. I'm now on my way to Washington to finish up the details, so that in these times of grave national emergency, America will have all the radium and uranium in my mine.
And that's very patriotic service you're doing, Mrs. Bishop, and I wish you all the luck in the world. And I thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, you've just heard from Mrs. Josie Bishop, a gray-haired little lady of 65 who has been prospecting all her life and at last has found a mine rich in radium and uranium, elements so valuable that it's impossible to set any value on them, and for which Mrs. Bishop would refuse $10 million. Believe it or not.